That's just so wrong.
On so many levels. But anyway, when you have a pint, you expect to build.
I tell you, that's what it does. Hey, did you hear that story about Nang in Uganda? Makes me laugh.
What did Diamond do this time?
Not leave alone Diamond.
Okay.
But in relation to all of this Diamond thing and marriages and whatnot, Mboo.
Today you're on fire. You come see serious things. Marriage. What Diamond? What about the other days of other loose battle?
I'm a serious guy, by the way. Don't think just because. No.
Okay. I mean, if you anyway, 1-2 million beers, chapter, how much cheers?
Kale Kaihura talking about Mboo in Entebbe when he went there to Nkumba University or something about Nkumba Universities. That girlfriend should go and register boyfriends or boyfriends register girlfriends.
He has jokes.
Those jokes.
Well, he has jokes. But do you think he actually said that? Do you have any boy on this one, first of all? Today you've been proving 70% of what? 20% of who? So what percentage do you have of this one? But anyway, the thing is, if you actually said it, that's unfortunate. Let's use the right big words.
Can you imagine? Girls can use this to their advantage.
What, to go register in chaps?
No. Because guys have to register their girlfriends.
I see where you're going.
Guys need to register Mboo, their girlfriends.
And chicks have to register their boyfriend.
Exactly. So you, as the chick, you go into the registry book to see if your boyfriend has registered another guy bad. Then you'll be like, hey.
You know, the access of power will shift to the registrar.
Hey, you guy.
The guy who knows all the secrets, like the priest. You know when you go to confess, you go to the end, you can join the guy. Father, I have seen. That'll be like this guy. Every time he sees you in town, nigga, I know your stuff. You have to be waving at the guy.
Hey, boss, how are you? Boss, do you need a ride? You see him walking. So, can I give you a lift?
Don't say anything.
Go ahead. You know what? Anyway, I don't know what maybe it was misquoted or something, because I haven't actually heard or seen like a TV clip to hear the context in which he meant it. But the situation, obviously, the situation in interview has been a bit tricky, you know. All the 24 or something.
The murders, yes.
Yeah, murders and I can imagine how difficult it must be for him to kind of try and hack it. But I think the suggestion of registering boyfriends and girlfriends, that's kind of way out of the box thinking.
But and also, by the way, you can catch also these young people who are in relationships that they should not be in.
Yes, but are they going to go register it?
Probably not. They'll keep it under the law. Yeah,
and that causes a whole new problem.
But the Ministry of Health, in trying to curb these young people and what they're doing, didn't they recently say the Ministry of Health wanted to have a policy, or is trying to? I don't know. I'm not very sure. Something about girls the age of 15 and above shall have access to contraceptives in order to curb down early what? Early pregnancy.
That kind of it's not. Yeah, I have a daughter, man. It's a bit of a tricky situation to think about. I'm trying to imagine her at 15 and knowing that she has access to contraceptives. That means that she's officially having sex, kind of.
No, but JB, you mustn't think of it like that.
What do you mean?
No, hold on, JB. Come on.
I am giving you the prevention, or is it what did they call it? The cure or something in this case, because you might not be doing it, kind of thing. Anyway, I remember like in the olden days, they would come and give out like condoms and stuff to like
Ngabu.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember. Me, I did not accept them because I was not using them. But since you know this, clearly you're a guy. But anyway,
they were brown in color.
And what size? I guess. What made where? Because you seem to have some information about this.
They were quite small.
Oh. Let's leave this chicken.
I've been told that they were quite small. Anyway.
Shots fired. But anyway.
The shield, huh?
You're too hard. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah. So now, I think what they were doing is that they know boys generally, the testosterone kicks in, peer pressure and everything, and they're definitely going to go find it somewhere, right? So I think it worked for the boys in terms of like preventing them from being exposed to unprotected sex and stuff like that.
Listen.
Well, I'm still coming.
Okay, come.
I'm still bringing my 70% of 30% of 20%, you know? I always have my stuff together. But now, when I really think about it, I'm saying like, exposing these girls to, or letting them know that they can access contraceptives at that age, kind of feels like you're telling them, you know what, go out there and do it.
No, it's
but,
not.
But in case things go wrong.
It's not saying that. Okay, and maybe I'm speaking ignorantly because I don't have a child yet. Maybe tonight when I go home. But anyway, but the thing is this. I'm not saying go out there and have sex as a young girl. I'm not saying that. But JB, you were once young.
Yes.
Girls out over there who are now mothers, we look at them and we go, yeah, back in the day, you know, we were once young. Our testosterone.
And the guys who don't invite exes to weddings.
No, come on. I'm being realistic here. JB, I'm being realistic. I'm serious.
I don't know about
your daughter, your son goes through puberty, goes through the stages where they're confused, where their hormones are raging, and they're gonna do things. So if the ministry is saying, listen, let them have access to these things, so that in case it happens, they are protected. If you don't, now imagine JB, God forbid, Byaru, your daughter at the age of 16, 17 gets pregnant.
You're just boring me now.
No. But imagine.
Don't you have some other couples, some other guy?
No, JB.
No.
Anyway, but okay, let's go. Do you agree with me?
No, let me ask you. Let's say you're a toddler, 16, let's say, and your dad gives you a condom. Yeah? And he tells you, mwana wange, bweshiba chiganya, protect yourself. What runs into your mind?
Now I have condis. Let me go and shower. It is like giving you a car key and tell you.
Yes, a green card.
They give you a green card and say, you know what? You have my credit card. Just in case you run out of money, you swipe.
Eh? You develop a syndrome called open leg.
Open leg season.
I think that's why I was kind of heading, but I was respecting you as a friend.
No, let me give you a true story. When I was, and this is a true story, JB.
I'm not sure if your true stories are the ones I should be referring to.
But I'm using it as an example.
But all right.
As an example. As an example. I remember when I was about 18, 19,
You're an adult.
As if, but not quite. I was not an adult.
You were 19.
I was not, JB, but the girl I was with, she was about 17, 18.
Did you invite her to your wedding?
Huh?
Did you invite her to your wedding?
No, she didn't come. But but honestly,
just ask her.
My father. So I had this girl in my room. And this is a true story. I had this girl in my room. And
I'm not sure I want to know how this ends, but anyway.
So we were getting excited, we were kissing, we were lying on the bed. I was young.
And she was younger.
And she was young also.
Younger.
But she was above me. Anyway. So, as we were there kissing as if, what in school uniform? In school uniform, for crying out loud.
You were in school uniform at 19?
Yes.
What kind of, you go to university in uniform?
No, I was
Or you like in boys'
anyway, let me finish my story. As we were there,
Oh, you went to school the old kids who spoil young kids.
I remember my door opening. I heard it opening because I was like this. Then I turned around and I saw as if a foot. I recognized that's my father's shoe. It seems he opened, saw me, and closed the door and walked out. So I'm like, maybe it was him, maybe it wasn't. That afternoon or that evening or the next day, I can't quite remember. I'm in my bedroom, my father comes to me, hey son, how are you doing? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, Dad. And he said, okay, I just came to check on you, make sure everything is okay. I'm like, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you later, son. Then he did this.
And left you with
And as he walked away, what did he leave in my hand?
He left you with the condom.
Condoms.
Yeah.
That was the sex talk I had with my father. Simply, he left condoms and he walked.
Actually, I'll tell you. I'll give you one back on this one. My dad, who was a medical superintendent, and I know at the time, that's when this whole HIV scourge hit the country, and of course Janet and Weso and all this abstinence thing and the Hydra in school. You know the trauma we were getting about HIV and everything, and of course relatives and cousins that were dying off here and there. Yeah. So I mean the information overload was hectic. You knew what was coming, right? My dad, I remember, came to my room. I think I was
same thing as me.
I was in P5. Yeah, P5.
Hey, you started before me, eh?
No. He came before your dad.
No.
He came before your dad. But I think he kind of, the pressure was coming from the Minister of Health because he was working for the Minister of Health. So he came with like a strip of those same ngabos you're talking about.
And it started like my son.
No. But he was on balance. I had put in some last night. So I think it was Dutch courage. So he came and told me, these days, what happened. The other relatives died of HIV. The other neighbors. Just threw me like. The first thing that came to my head is like, yo, what am I supposed to do with all this? But I got the message. Generally, African parents, we don't judge too much. We don't talk too much to our children.
They shy away from it. It's
not shying away.
It is, JB.
Guys,
the average African parent shies away from talking about sex with their child. And I get it. I understand why they do that. But we live in a world where already the children have access on digital platforms to all these things that they're seeing.
Can you even imagine another guy with your daughter? First of all, just imagine it, first and foremost. Then think about talking about it.
Give me another one.
Since you don't have one.
Go ahead. No. Okay, think about your brother's daughter. Then you meet this dirty boy who's a neighbor. Running around with a tire.
Okay, fair enough. Think about you, JB Byaru. Your daughter coming home and she's pregnant.
Well, I'm gonna hoop her.
Yes, you whoop her. But would you rather she comes home not pregnant?
I see where you're going.
Do you understand? What, I'm going to tell your daughter, let's go and have an abortion?
No, of course not.
You can't do that.
That's not an option.
It's not an option. So what do you prefer? Let me talk. If the government says, listen, we're trying to curb this from pregnancies, from diseases and whatnot, access to contraceptives, and it starts with the family. First talk to your children, then allow them to come.
Well,
Don't get these.
The contraceptives part, I feel like it's a rock and hard place at that age. I think 18 maybe. Especially when they're going
So
into
not
campus.
15, but 18?
Yeah, I think 15 is a bit slightly young. But yes, things have changed. People are exposed to more media. They see a lot more. They aspire to do other things and stuff like that. So maybe it's a conversation that's worth looking into. However, when you really, really think about it, the reason why African parents shy from things, first of all, some of it is a cultural thing. In the real African sense of things, to even interact with your father, in any discussion, even things like homework, it was not an everyday conversation. When your father walks in, you run into your room. You understand? So things are changing. It's a slow change. Usually, raising children was traditionally a mother's role.
Yeah, but you
So
see,
now
JB,
it's changing,
but you see, this is the problem with Africa and the problem with African parents. They don't want, they're so stuck in that traditional sense, and tradition is good, but some things you need to change. Because the world is not the way it was yesterday or the day before. It's no longer the same.
If you're still accepting to have kwanjulas as a must-have in the run of the wedding or a kuhinjira, as a must-run, you can't say now it's convenient to be African, now it's not convenient to be African. You understand? You have to decide.
You cannot, but JB. Okay, we can argue for days until the cows come home.
If you're buying. Because as long as you went them, John, Kabil was.
No, that's Charlie Walk, boss.
Okay.
You keep them coming. Anyway, cheers, boss.
Let's call Madame and tell her we're running late. Having one more.
Yeah, just one. It's the same by you.